Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach, and since the last time I did any recording, I have now officially released Rocks as 5.0, and as you can see here, I do packages, Rocks. You're going to see a grant, 42, it was 0. So I don't know who actually downloaded that. Because it ain't me. I mean, I don't think... Like I have this little console app 4 over here that I've been playing with on some stuff, but I don't think every time you build this, does it go off and re-get it, because it caches stuff locally. So I don't believe it would do that. So anyway, I've been, I have this out here now, and I'm personally happy that this actually got done, because it was in some ways a lot of work. And I believe, because I looked at the other mocking libraries out there that absolutely crushed me in terms of download statistics, that I'm first. I think I got the first one out there that is actually using source generators. And, the funny thing is that I don't want to say care about backwards compatibility, but I really don't. I don't have millions of downloads, and I have kind of viewed this as it's my experimental ground. This is also why GitHub just announced sponsors or sponsorship or something like that recently, which I think is a good idea. I haven't thought about it deeply, but I don't know if I want to do that for any of my repositories, because I want to make sure that in no way does a sponsorship entitle anybody or any entity to a higher level of support. I have no desire to go down that road. This is all just kind of, here, take this and use it. And if you find it useful in whatever way, then great. But I don't want to have a call coming in on a Saturday night saying that, things are broken and we paid you, so now go fix this. I've got no desire to do that. So in any event, this is out there, and I'm interested to do more work on this. And one of them that we're going to be diving into in the next 2 or 3 episodes, because it always takes longer than I think it will. I went through and I looked at all of the issues out there in Rocks, and I was able to clean up a fair amount of them. Some of them I just was like, nah, I don't care about this. I don't care about this. Some of these I still have on the list, like handling non-virtual and static members. I don't know if I'm ever going to get to that. I just want it out there as an option. I have some very vague, high-level ideas as to how I would do that, but nothing concrete, and I don't even know if I feel like ever doing that. So the thing that I am going to look at is the esoteric type support thing, which is, and this is something that with the way Rocks previously worked, I would never have been able to do, because you can declare, for example, if I come down here, you can declare an interface like this, okay, and have, in fact, I think I can do this if I just say unsafe that way, but that does, that was a minor thing. The point is that you can declare pointers and interfaces, but that would have never worked in Rocks, because you can't pass in pointer types or special or esoteric types into generics. And since everything in Rocks previously was all action and func, and I still have generics with arg and whatnot, that would have never worked. But here it can work. I believe it can work because I am in complete control of what's being generated, and I don't rely upon generics exclusively. I can get around it. Generics are awesome for things that most people do. And to be fair, the amount of times that I'm ever going to run into somebody putting in a pointer to an int or any other thing is going to be really, really rare. Span of T is different. It's going to be interesting to see if that ends up being supported through this or not. But I'm kind of doing this just to say I can. it's not because I think it really has any merit or worth other than completeness, and I did it. So yeah, it's just a fun thing of, can I elevate the library so that it actually does this? And so one nice thing too about doing this is that, in terms of being source generated, is it's very easy to say, well, let me try something, and then let me just like go on this and F12, and well, not that, because I want to do that. And I go right into the code, and I go right into instance here, and I see everything. So I can copy and paste that, and then I can play with stuff. And that's what I did with this. I basically created this with just an int, and then wrote, had all this generated, and then made this int pointer and said, well, what would I have to change, and write all this down? So it's going to be some work, but I, just like everything, I might run into surprises, but we're going to see. And here's the funny thing. This is the really funny thing. I don't even know if this would work or not. And what do I mean by that? Is if I say here, var pointer rock, I don't know. I could say this. Yeah, my wife is laughing. New expectations of I am mocking pointers. Right? You're not letting me do that. Expectations of... Well, what are you expecting from me, huh? Expectations does not contain a constructor that takes 0 arguments. It doesn't. It takes public, 2, mocks, where, things, stuff, huh? I just want to see if this would actually work. Expectations. Oh, it's internal. Yeah. So I can't actually create it. So here's the thing is, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to actually do this, in the sense of I will build all this, and I think I'll actually get it to compile, but getting it to actually run is a whole different animal. So yeah, and I'm trying to think, how would I actually do this to full rocks? And I don't think I can, because it's going to say create that. So it's actually going to create code that might actually be wrong because it doesn't think it's the right thing. And yeah, crud. Oh, well, it's funny because, excuse me, I don't need to yawn. I was thinking about this today when I was, I think, doing my stretching exercises, because it gives me time to just kind of space out and think, is writing a tool that would actually allow you to go through an assembly and say, is there anything that we make public that's internal, or vice versa? The point of this is that when I was looking through the compiler API to figure out, well, what types are declared as you can't put them in generics, which is why I'm doing all this in the first place, is you have to look through and find the places in the compiler API where it's raising that or causing that error to be flagged as a diagnostic, and then look at the surrounding code and go, oh, well, where is it actually making that judgment? And then you have to worry, well, is that actually within an internal type? Because if it is, well, then it's kind of like you're screwed. So I don't know. This might be an adventure into madness, because some of this just may not work, but you never know. The biggest work I think that's going to have to be done is I have to actually project a new archetype, because I can't, again, rely upon generics. So I have to basically fill in the generic and make a type out of it right away. And, I think this is, again, at least it all compiles. Nothing says that it's uncompilable, so you never know until you try. I'm going to give this a whirl, And I'm going to see if this actually does do anything or not. So, I've had enough coffee today. Why am I yawning? Jeez, that's awful. 107. Okay. So let's do the right thing. First of all, let's see if we got anything to commit. We do. Why? Why would arg be compareth or modified? Invalid value for this dot. Oh, yes. That's actually a very small thing that I saw, but that was it's like, yeah, I was actually passing in evaluation, which is a predicate, and what I really wanted is validation. And however you would ever get to that value, I don't know, but I was like, yeah, that's actually technically wrong. So I'll take that very small change. Fixed the message and it is valid. Push. Okay. So now let's actually go to manage branches, and we are going to say make a new, wait, can we say, yeah, okay, fine. And this was what, 107 esoteric types. We'll call it that. 107 esoteric types. Create. Okay. And then we'll push that. Because we want that up. Because why not? Okay. Now I wrote out all the steps that I think I need to do. Okay. And they're all not here. They're here. Those are all my notes for all the videos that I do. All right. So need to know if a type member needs to be unsafe, because we need to be able to say unsafe there. And I think, let's look at that right now real quick. So where would be a good place to do this? In the builders, in the create, anywhere where I'm looking at parameters. Well, actually, methods. A method symbol. Could we self is unsafe? Oh crap, there isn't. That was actually something I was kind of hoping it would already have, is some way to say as unsupported method. That's not really what I care about. Method kind. That's probably not going to have anything built in. Constructor, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. That is nothing of associated symbol, calling convention. Constructed from equals, get attributes, constraints, default value, hash code, name, type, hides, base method, abstract, async, definition, extern, and it only is override, kind of, that's just a symbol kind. You don't have anything to tell me about it being unsafe, right? So, okay. Language, locations, match, metadata name, method kind, we already did. Parameters. It's like I'm loving it. Yeah. There is nothing here. So I'm going to have to unfortunately look at all, like have a way to say, given a type, is it an esoteric type? And then if it is or not, then we, if it's an esoteric type, then we would say yes. So let's do that first. We're going to do that first. See all this, these are all building blocks. So add a is esoteric type. And then to I type symbol. Okay. Extensions. Internal static bool is ball. God, this is ridiculous. I had like a lot of coffee today, and I should not be tired. Is esoteric. Calling it is esoteric feels so weird because it's like, what's esoteric about it? Well, it's either a span, it's a ref struct or something like that, and then it's a pointer. Static types we don't care about because we don't allow that anyway on the constraints, so that wouldn't fly. This type symbol self. I believe we're going to be able to say on the notes that I found. Oh, come on. Did I delete all that? Oh my god. No, I didn't. I didn't because I am a good person. And I remember that I actually now put in docs, notes, esoteric type support. Yay. Because I could, yeah, I'm like, I knew I had saved this stuff somewhere. So if it's a pointer or a function pointer, okay. So this is self.kind is equal to pointer, or self.kind is equal to a function pointer, or, and then what was the other one? We don't really care about type, reference, argator. Those are some like really crazy things that have been around since C# 1.0, but literally nobody ever uses that. And I notice my friend Mike has been texting me. I'm pointing at like at Kindle, Mike Hodnick. He's been texting me while I'm doing this. So, hi Mike. Anyway, oh hi Mike. Isn't that what's that movie, The Room? I did not do it. Oh hi Mike. I think that's his name. Anyway, that's such an awful movie. Or is it ref-like type? Or no. Or self.kind is equal to symbol kind ref-like. Wait. Is ref type is a type symbol, and see, this is I bet where it's going to screw me over, because there is no ref-like type. There's an array type, a dynamic type, array type, function pointer type, name type, pointer type. We already have that. Type parameter. Yeah, we don't. Okay. And this is going to be painful. In fact, I don't even know if this is going to make it stutter. The last time I went to the source browser and I said go here, it was really freaking slow. It was awful. I don't know if it's going to cause an overload here or cause me to stutter or not. Yeah, is ref-like type. Because obviously we can't see a type symbol. So let's click on that and let's see what that's actually doing. Yeah, it's an abstract. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Of course, this is defined on what? Is this defined on a type symbol? I bet it is. And what I really want is where it's actually implemented. Is ref like type. Type symbol. That's on the interface. I don't care about that. Anonymous type manager. Source manager. You suck. Expression compiler, unit tests. Yeah, that's all great. I want to know is ref like. So it's on an I type symbol, but it's a public interface I type symbol. True if the type is ref like, meaning your files relative, false if the type commonly used ref like type. Yeah, that's great. But it says it's, sorry, it says it's I type symbol. That's what this is. So why am I not seeing is ref like type? Like, why are you barking at that? Microsoft Code says I type symbol is ref like type. It is a public interface, right? I type symbol represents a type. Am I like not on the right version of this or something? Like this got exposed later and I don't see it for some reason. There is unmanaged type. Am I like not bringing some? I just saw it. Is ref like type. I'm a moron. Yep, I'll admit it. I'm a moron. Me. I'm your guy. I'm the moron. Okay. So now how do we actually test this for all three types? Well, that is some crazy syntax right here. That just looks like, if you saw that, you'd be like, what is that? That kind of looks like two eyes and almost like an owl. I tried to do some live streaming recently and on Twitch, and just like, because I have this intention that I want to do live streaming. And so I tried to use Twitch and it was awful. I don't know if I'm streaming at too high of a bit rate or like too high resolution or whatever, but it like froze up and then my mic's dropped. Is my mic dropped here? I hope it doesn't. No, it doesn't seem to be dropped. So it dropped and so I was kind of like, damn, this sucks. It was not a great experience. Do I just stick with YouTube? All the cool kids are not on YouTube, streaming. I don't know. It was preseason. I even said that. I'm like, it's not. I do want to do something this Saturday. Well, next Saturday, I should say. So it's going to be, better get this figured out. Because I kind of want to give it a whirl. Anyway, where am I? I type symbol. We'll make another one. We'll call it I type symbol extension is esoteric tests. Okay. Is esoteric for non test case. Type of string false. We want a type bool expected result. Okay. So we want to be able to say here assert multiple. I'm kind of really debating in my head if I should keep following this convention of always using assert multiple. Assert that type.is. Oh. Yeah. Yep. Yup. Idiot. I am an idiot. We want to pass in here string type name. Well, not actually string. We would just want to say like foo. We don't care. Okay. Oh, crap. Well, hold on. Yeah. I want actually the type, not as it's declared, but as it's used, because you don't declare like a thing as a pointer type. You know what I mean? So I want it to actually be slightly different. I want to say something like public class target, public void foo. I pass in a string of a. Like that. And then I just assume that the parameter I'm looking for is a, and then I actually will return the type of that parameter. And that's what I'm looking to do. Okay. So get type symbol from parameter, just to be. So we're going to say method declaration syntax, and we're going to call this method syntax, and then we're going to say model get declared syntax parameters of 0 type. That's what we want. So it really doesn't even matter what we call the first one, just as long as we have one. Okay, so now we're going to say here I type symbol extensions. Oh yeah, I can get rid of all that stuff. Esoteric. No. That name. Yes. Okay, I've been even more stupid. Type. I'm being so stupid. Is esoteric is equal to expected result. Okay, now we can get rid of all this stuff because we're not in that test. We're in this special test. Okay, we're in Jason's special world here. Okay, and so we can call this again get type symbol like that. Yes, you're complaining because we want to do that. I know. I don't follow all the things, but now we're going to call this code. And actually, I don't even think I would need to put it in a class here because this is just parsing text. So as long as you have like a method definition off by itself, that should be okay. And is esoteric, this should be false. Okay, run this and let's see if this works. Because we should find this to be successful, and it's not. Because of course it wouldn't be. Why would you ever be successful? Sequence contains no elements. Of course it doesn't. Why would you ever think that you would have anything? Let's run this in the debugger. And I'm in release mode. So let's go into debug mode. I also nuked a whole bunch of projects because they were... I've also noticed that my test count went down, which isn't bad. In some ways, well, the reason I had it probably as high as I did is because I used to have so many tests for like func of 1 value in return, func of 2 values in return, func of 3 values in return. You know, now I don't have that. I don't even have that need because I'm like, it's the number of parameters you have is arbitrary. I don't care. I just generate as you have it. So, yeah. Like, why is my left hand, like my knuckle hurting up just a little bit? And my son and I were kind of sparring this morning. We're doing our self-defense lessons at home because we're in lockdown and we can't go to the I would say the sensei, which is somewhat correct, but to the dojo. And so we were practicing something where you're supposed to, like, I think, yeah, they're holding your wrists, and so you step forward, step on like their foot, or you're supposed to take the knee out, and then you step back, and then you do this move where you're supposed to break their wrists, and then you're supposed to kick them. Well, when I did that to him, and he put my hands out, I didn't really move my hands, and so he kicked right at my knuckle here, and so there's actually a bruise showing now, just a little bit. We both got pain from that one. So yeah, you're saying sequence contains no elements. Why? Public void. That should be fine, right? There's no, what is the root here? And if this does this whole thing of, you need to be within a parent syntax tree. It's a compilation unit. Okay. Well, let's grab all this. The name Yintax tree. Okay. Sounds Swedish or something. Yintax. The debugger's of course you're unavailable to. Of course. Why would you? Well, we're near the end of the time for this episode. And of course, I end it where I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong because I can't. So anyway, I will probably do another one right after this and keep working on this thing, which now looks like it'll probably take 5 or 10 episodes to finish. So thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.